big lethal next turn. Wow, I'm so lucky that they just did that.
Right.
Hello again, welcome back, and thank you so much for taking the time to watch Hello Good Game. Today we've got another top mythic deck for you guys, Death and Rebirth, a mono black aura focusing around Lurrus of the Dream Den. This is a very aggressive deck that reached mythic rank #1 already this season. I myself am top 50 still, running into a little bit of awkward patches of luck today, both good and bad. You guys should get a pretty good laugh out of both sides of that coin. I know it entailed a little bit of frustration for myself, but it might be different watching it than living it. So again, just thank you guys so much for watching all of the videos here on the channel. Make sure to check out more if you're brand new, subscribe so you don't miss out on all of our giveaways. There are a ton of them. And of course, you can find links for everything in the Linktree link, either in the description below or just easily Google Hello Good Game Linktree, and you'll be able to find it there. So let's break down the deck and jump into our mythic gameplay footage. Alrighty then, Death and Rebirth is a 60 card standard, best of 1, 2.1 average mana cost, 19 creatures and 19 non-creatures, with 22 land to reflect the light curve, with a push solely towards black. We have a few white sources in play, but these are a hybrid mana, so they can go either way, which is pretty cool. Looking at the deck, everything really revolves around Lurrus of the Dream Den. A 3/2 with lifelink, and during each of your turns you may cast one permanent spell with converted mana cost 2 or less from your graveyard. We don't have it as the companion because we want to run a lot of the 3-drops that black has to offer that is very powerful right now. This is a similar situation as to what mono white has to offer, where the 3-drops that we currently have far outvalue running Lurrus as the companion and focusing only on 2-drops. And then you just run Lurrus as one of the great 3-drops as well, which it certainly is. So we'll be replaying things from our grave as a primary function within the deck. We are using auras, so we have an engine from Hateful Eidolon, 1 mana, a 1/2 with lifelink, and whenever an enchanted creature dies, you draw a card for each aura you control that was attached to it, right? So this is going to be our draw engine within the deck, and all of our removal is aura-based. Auras can be replayed with Lurrus. Once that creature is, taken to the grave, the auras will fall to our grave, and we'll get to draw from the Eidolon, and we'll get to replay those auras through Lurrus. We've got Deadweight for 1 mana, -2/-2. Remember, indestructible creatures cannot survive a minus toughness effect. We have also 4 copies of Mire's Grasp for 2 mana. Enchanted creature gets -3/-3. So these 2 cards are our primary removal sources that we combo on top of Hateful Eidolon onto our opponent's creatures, and then replay them later with Lurrus of the Dream Den. We can also replay something like the Archfiend's Vessel, a 1/1 with lifelink, and whenever it enters the battlefield from our graveyard, it will exile itself, creating a 5/5 black demon with flying. So, again, get this in play right away, do with it if you can, and then bring it back later as the 5/5. If your opponent refuses to deal with it and they just want to leave it on the field, well, there's a couple options here. The first is Village Rites. Instant speed as an additional cost to cast the spell, sacrifice a creature, and then draw 2 cards, right? So if they don't want to deal with it because they know you're going to replay it and they don't have an answer for that, you can kill it yourself, right? And then you're still going to get the value from it through the draw, and you can replay it later from your grave, which is great. We can also go ahead and put something like Demonic Embrace on Archfiend's Vessel. Enchanted creature gets +3/+1, has flying, and is a demon in addition to its other types. That's going to give us a 4/2 with flying and lifelink, which is great. This now becomes not something that they can ignore. It's not just like a 1/1 doing chip damage, whatever, who cares. That's going to kill you in 5 turns on itself. So the Demonic Embrace on the Vessel is a great way to force them to deal with it if you don't have the Village Rites to deal with it yourself. Again, you could also deadweight your own vessel. You could Mire's Grasp your own vessel as well, if that's what the situation required, because again, we can replay everything with Lurrus, which is pretty cool, and we would still get the draw from the Eidolon, if that was in play through killing our own creatures. Moving away from there, we can also replay some creatures with Malakir's Rebirth at instant speed for 1. Choose target creature, you lose 2 life until the end of turn. If that creature dies, return to the battlefield under its owner's control, which is really quite nice with the vessel, with Lurrus. Moving on, we do have 3 copies of Acquisition Expert. This is a 1/2, and when it enters the battlefield, opponent reveals any number of cards from their hand equal to the number of creatures in your party, and you'll get to discard one of those cards for them, which is quite great. Replaying cards from the grave with Call of the Death Dweller. 3 copies of this in deck, 3 mana. Return 2 creatures from our graveyard with total converted mana cost of 3. Death Touch and Menace counter go on either of them, which is quite nice as well. We have Graveyard Control through Elspeth's Nightmare. Destroying creature with power 2 or less. They reveal their hand, you choose a non-creature, non-land from it, discard it, and then exile their graveyard. So, that's the primary function there, is through removal and the graveyard control. We also get to see what's in their hand, which is pretty cool. Calls the Dead, this is just going to help us fill our grave so we can replay things with Lurrus. Mill 3 cards, exile enchantment or creature from your graveyard. If you do, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. And then finally, you gain X life and scry X, where X is the number of zombies you control. We have 4 copies of Rankle, Master of Franks. Now, this actually saves a lot of what the deck lacks. A 3/3 with Flying and Haste, and when it deals combat damage to a player, choose 1. Each player discards a card, each player loses 1 life and draws a card. Each player sacrifices a creature. So it could be all 3, it could be none, it could be 1, right? Or 2, whatever it happens to be. This is really nice, and we can use the sacrifice effect to our benefit because we can replay things from the grave. We've got 3 Faceless Havens. 3 snow mana will activate it into becoming a 4/3. That's all creature types with Vigilance. And 18 Swamps and a Castle Locthwain. Tap for 4. Lose life equal to the number of cards in our hand after we draw 1. We have talked about everything in deck. Mire Triton, this is basically just filler alongside Calls the Dead. 2/1 with Death Touch. When it enters the battlefield, mill 2 cards and you gain 2 life. Which is pretty cool as well. So, that's the list. There's nothing incredibly special here to it. This is one of those decks that requires a little bit of foreknowledge within the meta to learn how to play it effectively and efficiently. It's not really like the mono red deck and the mono white deck, where it's just like, well, I throw my game plan out and we win or we don't. You do want to try different avenues for different styles of decks when you come up against them. For example, a control deck probably won't have any creatures for you to be using your enchantment removal on. And we can, be notified of this whether or not our companion is Yorion on the opposing board state, right? If it's Yorion, probably not a lot of creatures, and we can kind of engineer our mulligan to take advantage of that, first of all. Second off, when we do get those auras, we can potentially use them on our own creatures if we have Lurrus, just to activate the draw, to help cycle us through our deck and find those things that we actually do need. But, that's really what makes it more complex and harder to play as a beginner pilot. But, if you do put the time into it, 100 matches, you're going to come out ahead. You're going to be able to play one of the best decks effectively and efficiently right now. And you should have probably a great time with it, considering all of the mono red, all of the mono white that's about, and with the sheer amount of replayable creature removal in the deck, you should have just the greatest time ever doing that. So thank you so much again for taking the time out of your day to watch How Look a Game. I hope you enjoyed the deck tech. We'll break down the gameplay footage now, playlines and interactions, just so you get a better idea of how the deck works, and seeing it in action will also let you know furthermore whether or not this is a deck right for both you and your wildcards. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to help support the channel. Join our Patreon if you have financial support. I'm trying to convert everybody into Patreon members right now. But if you're supporting elsewhere and you're busy, don't worry about it. The support everywhere else is fine too. Cheers to all of you who've been, doing said support, purchasing your things through Amazon, Great Viking Games, Into the AM. So we've got lots of affiliate links all within our Linktree link, and the giveaways and Discord link and free cash prize tournaments, all of that is going to be in that link tree. So look that up, Google it, Hello Good Game link tree, and you'll find everything that you need. Without any more rambling, let's get into today's gameplay footage and break it down. All right, we are up at the bat first. Pretty cool. Nice turn 1, great turn 2. 100% win rate. Yeah. Now that's how you win games in Mythic. Welcome to the show, everybody. And, you know, maybe we can get some more luck like that. That'd be pretty cool. Wouldn't mind that. You know, we're on the draw first, I guess, as we like to say. Not playing, but we get to draw first. You know, that could be an advantage. Maybe. At least in our brains. Yorion means no creatures, though, and that's going to be just, like, a hard win for us in general. It's pretty cool, the Eidolon is a spirit. That's something I've just noticed now that spirits are becoming more prevalent in the meta. Let's take a look, see what we're dealing with here. What you got, Willis? We only get to see one, so, you know, it could be a land. They don't know what they want to show us. Maybe they're all just such good cards. I don't know. They show us in a gate. Okay. That's fair enough. That makes a lot of sense to me. Yeah, we're just gonna get ultimatumed. The extinction events, we'll only get one of them. I'm assuming they take Lurrus. I mean, for that matter, they could have just single target removal. But we have to make a move. You can't just let them ramp into Eerie Ultimatum without putting as much pressure on as you can. So we should be fine here, unless they have another Wolf Willow. Or they cycle a Migration Path. Just wish they had creatures. Well, maybe I shouldn't say. Careful what you wish for, kids! Right? Maybe they don't have their ultimatum. They take an Eidolon, which is okay, right? They are down to 3 mana, they can play to 4. They play to 4, Yorion in hand. I mean, it's a decent hit, right? Down to 6. And we have the Haven later on. But they could easily ultimatum us. And if they time this right, they could wipe the field and then exile our graveyard. Again, we still have Faceless Haven. I wish we had 2 of them. Well, we don't have enough land for 2. Shadow Swords. So that kind of is irrelevant with the Nightmare. They just deal with everything. But we should be fine here. Well, again, fine is a relative term. And at the very least, we got quite close. They do need 2 creatures to block. Yorion on itself wouldn't be enough. Yep. That's what this deck does. Literally no way we could win here. I don't see one anyways. They get 2 blockers, we can take 1 with the bird. Gargaroth gains them so much life. I hate this deck! So I got those creatures we wished for. Hate my life. Ah! My life! Oh, and they bounce that, of course. Okay. We have no direct damage here, do we? Not in any way, shape, or form. Rankle in the air. They've got Reach and Yorion. Monic Embraced. It just does not make sense. They gain life here. Damn. It's not gonna happen. Got really, really close. Down to 2. Going first. Sure. Sure. We need a 3rd land. Black source. Because we can't double drop because these are all single black sourced. This is colorless, so we can only play one of them. We definitely need that 3rd land. Let's take the hit first. I'm sure there's a Bone Crusher here. Take our damage, play the vessel. That's our turn. Bricking on land feels pretty good. Bone Crusher in. Wow. No attacks. Play defensively. They would just let it through and I'd rather block with it. Questing Beast seems fair. Take the damage. We should have done that before the draw, or the land drop. My bad. If we pull Swamp here, I'm gonna bawl my eyes out. Cry. Cry. If they don't play a creature, we can Rankle. Sack. Please no creature. What you doing? Please. Dang it. Doesn't matter much, they're gonna have to sack it, right? Let's toss the vessel so we can reanimate it with Lurrus. And they're gonna deal with our Rankle. Nice. No blocks. At the very least, we get that, 5/5 in the way. Toss Rankle. We have blockers. If they play a third questing beast, I'm gonna freak out. Okay. And hopefully there's no remove. Oh, are you serious? Good game. That's such a BM. The Akron War. Wow, we're having a tough luck today, you guys. We'll get there though. We'll get there. It's okay. Our opponent plays first. We still have some nice drops here. Let's keep the Eidolon in hand until later. Let's get into their hand. Without a white drop for one, like a one drop from them, the worst. And I wish this was a little different. We get to take a look at 2, discard 1. They protect 3 from us. They always hate showing cards from their hand. This decision seems to take a while. We can leave them the speaker. It's not my ideal play, but some things just need to be done. Yeah, this is bad. Wow, again with the frickin' land. Ridiculous. That's alright though. You know, it's it would be silly of me to think that luck only comes in one way. And we have been very lucky this season, so it's totally acceptable to have a bad day. The casket, nice. It can't go on the speaker ever. Unless they just wait us out. They only kill 1. Eidolon, we gain 1 life. Oh, they killed an expert? That's confusing to me. Just out of reach. Five should do nicely. Let's take them down to 23. That does help in the larger scheme of things. Rankle might be the answer here, in all honesty. With Lurrus in play, we have a bit of an advantage, I feel. They can't attack. We've got 5/5 that just trades. They could maul with the first strike on the aspirant to get through, and we'd let that go unblocked, which would suck for us, but they take Lurrus. Shoot. That's really good, but it does give us a target. Attacks are a bad idea, because now they don't have this to defend if they attack. The double draw here is pretty nice. Plus we get a 3/3. Now we find all of our land. That's just great. Keep them from 27 as much as we can. We could Rankle attack with Malakir's Rebirth. Nice, their own Lurrus. That sucks. That sucks big time. Oh, but we can, from our graveyard, cast... Okay, that's fine, unless they have a land. Yeah, we're good. Oh, unless... Yes. Okay, so that needed to go on to Lurrus, so we couldn't kill it. Luckily for us, now we can. It's a bad attack. Down to 10. We trade with the aspirant. Oh, but we don't have Lurrus. For some reason, I was thinking that we had Lurrus in play. Sucks. What am I thinking? Let's see what it is. Okay. And then we can force the sacrifice. Because if we don't, they're gonna play these bombs. I imagine they just sack the speaker. I mean, we are still super screwed. Right, this is a hard matchup. I mean, I guess we should keep the 5/5 back to defend. But if they play the aspirant on it, it can attack through us, and then, you know, that sucks. Stressful. We need some nice top decks. Another Lurrus would be cool. Okay, they grab protection. That's smart. Luminarch Aspirant, put it onto Lurrus. Should be pretty straightforward, no? At a certain point, right? We know we've lost. Yeah. Big lethal next turn. Wow, I'm so lucky that they just did that. Is this the comeback of the year? It might be. Wow. Whoa, whoa, woo, wah. We should put the counters over there. Whoops. We could at least save them. This is fine, though. I think we got a nice little sequence of draws there that turned our luck around. We were in a bad shape. I was like 95% certain of a loss coming up, but we did the do. I think we did the do. With their Lurrus out of play, we're in really good shape. The Indestructible can't save it, which is absolutely delightful. Maybe they still try, and when they try, they scoop. Right? We just got a 2-for-1. Indestructible doesn't save from --. Good game. Oh my gosh. Now that was lucky. Oh man. That was 13 minutes of full-on stress. We were behind that entire time. GG. Going first without any land. Could be good, could be bad. We really need that third land off the top. What are they playing? Rogues? Mono white is rogues. Let's just deal with that right out of the gate. I want to play the Eidolon first, but we can do it this turn since we don't draw a land. What a life. They flash in an Enforcer. They mill a land off the top. Great news. And then we get round acted. Let's just take it out. We have 2 Lurrus, so we can kind of play loose with that, I think. Ooh, hit the Embrace. Do they mill some vessels, hopefully? They can counter this pretty easily. Oh, they're just playing it. Which makes a lot of sense, to be honest. Oh, they do mill a vessel there, though. Need that 4th land, though. Really, really bad. That is not it. Right, that's big boy BM. Ouch. They have counter magic here. So sad. Don't you dare! They do. Oh, they just cling one of them. Wow, that's a bit of a BM right there. Good play though, right? That's like high tech. Not even play, they're down to 1 card. Can we please get that 4th land? Wow. I feel as if I've been cursed. Right, where is our land, man? This is ridiculous. Well, I mean, it's all in the grave. Thanks, rogues. Appreciate that. So Lurrus goes over. That's annoying. Can we please get a land? Wow, how thou have been blessed. We have an Eidolon for 1. We have a Vessel for 1. That could be a counterspell. But we have 2 Lurrus, so let's go for it. I guess it is a counterspell. Wow. And now watch them top deck into the story. Guaranteed. No, they're all Lurrus, which they moved over. This does suck. They're gonna just push us. They've got the speed to do it. And they just mill us too. Freaking rogues. It sucks that we can't do more. What in the world did they top deck? Into the story. Always. Deep breaths. What a joke. And we're down to 16 cards. So even if we did pull it around, they'd still just mill us. Which is disgusting. Oh, yeah, just mill us out. For that Fable Passage, why not? I'm sure you'll find it. There it is. Boring. I hate playing against rogues. It's like, even when you do your best, it's like, well, I guess I'll just play my crap. I know I sound like a whiny individual, but what is the point? What is the point? Sag. Alrighty, so the luck today wasn't there. We got bricked a couple times, and then we got wild out on a couple times, and then we actually had a couple close matches. So all in all, fairly balanced day, to be honest. Thank the Lord for that free win off the start, you know what I mean? These little interactions really do add up and matter when you're in Mythic, because just that little bit of a loss in games, you can see how it drops us in Ranked. You know, I'm not about to grind all night to climb back up. We're just going to slowly slide down within the season, probably. We'll do our best, right? Every day, win some matches, hopefully get a sick win streak. But I personally, unless my view goes through the roof, not looking to apply that much stress and time in my day-to-day life, right? I do create 2 videos a day, which is a large chunk of my day every single day. And then the added pushing within the same game eliminates all of my other time. You know, cleaning, eating, times with my friends and pets, that social time, right? So I like it. I'll do it at the beginning of the month, right? I'll try to get number 1 first day, sure, that's fun, and then just kind of top 10 it, top 50, top 100, top 500, top 1000, and I'm sure we'll end up back at 86% again. But, you know, just the jank is just, it lives within, and it's must shine through. So don't get me wrong, I love the competitive side of Magic. It's a ton of fun, but at the end of the day, with 2 videos a day, I don't have the time or the fortitude to be grinding one deck consistently to the top, which is what is required. So if you guys are looking to get there, you know, pick one of my decks or someone else's deck. Of course, there's a ton of great content creators out there. Try your best, right? Just learn the deck, play 100 matches with it, and then reset your win record, and then start out with it, because then you'll know it and you'll get a good idea of the real win percentage. Because when you first start piloting a new deck, your win rate is not going to be what it is when you've piloted it 100, 1,000, 10,000 times, right? Potentially for some of you. So check it out. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to watch, you know, 1,000 more of my videos today as well, right? Open up a playlist, let it rip. Any support is appreciated. I hope you guys have a magical day, and we'll see you soon in the next.